Being a mom, I think there's no other choice. I don't really believe in another planet. Our generation, we are obligated to make this place, if not better, at least more livable for our next generations. And I think that part of the hope is more like responsibility. The memory of my childhood was all about green and blue sky and fresh water and fresh air. I took it for granted. I thought it should be like that everywhere. So when I did my college study in Beijing, and that was probably the beginning of the smoke problem, was noticed and paid a lot of attention both in China and elsewhere. I came to the States first in Syracuse, New York. During my PhD, I realized it's actually quite important to have a deeper understanding about the legal system in the US. So I pursued a law degree at Berkeley Law during that time. And I started working for Governor Brown and his administration right after I graduated from the law school. So I had a few positions during my years in the state before we decided to set up this institute back in 2019. California-China Climate Institute came about, and luckily after another few months we got established. The idea of this institute actually came out of Governor Brown's last trip to China, when Governor Brown had a meeting with President Xi Jinping in Beijing. And we were at a very unique position to set up the dialogue because we were not trying to represent either government. We were just trying to get the conversations going and continued. In the last year, this institute was heavily involved in designing and executing Governor Newsom's trip to China.
During his trip to China, basically in this meeting with the Chinese envoy, told him, California is doing all of these amazing things about climate change. You need to come and see them. You need to see what we're doing in action. Just hearing about it is not enough. And I invite you to come to California and I will meet you and I will show you what we're doing.
Governor Newsom was the first governor in about more than 4 years heading to China. And his trip was mostly about climate. Very significantly continued and sustained that relationship with Chinese national and subnational governments on climate and energy-related collaboration.
She was able to really build trust and build the relationships that kind of allowed for this whole process to happen.
The people that I have worked with in California, in the US, and the people that I have worked with in China give me great hope and confidence that this problem is going to be solved eventually because our dedication, our commitment, and how serious we take this.